pin. And today we're going to provide you with some very basic keyboard, mouse, video, and sound troubleshooting tips on a Windows platform. We will be using a Windows 7 platform today, while we troubleshooting will also apply towards Windows Vista and Windows XP.
So, before you decide to call a PC support technician who may charge you $82.50 an hour, check and verify the following steps in our video.
Alright, we're going to start with mouse troubleshooting now. Now in this situation, Nick here has just started his computer up, and he's in a hurry. He's got some pressure to get a report done on time, and his mouse is not working. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with our first step of troubleshooting the mouse. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to check to make sure the connection is good from the mouse to the PC. Now Nick's going to go ahead and he's going to check in the back of the computer. Now as you see here in the back of the computer, we have different types of connections. And Nick's going to follow the connection from the mouse to the back of the computer. And as he's doing that, as you see here, he has a USB connection. Now as you look at the end of the USB, it's actually a rectangle. And it fits into a USB connector port in the back of the computer. And Nick's going to go ahead and plug it in. If it doesn't fit one way, go ahead and flip it around and it should flip in the other way. Now as you hear there, the Windows environment recognized that he plugged in the mouse, and so we had a tone. Now this is a USB mouse. There are other mice that are out there. As you see here, Nick is now showing a PS2 mouse. The PS2 refers to the connection at the end. If you look at the tip at the end, you see there's a little connector sticking out. And we just happen to have a PS2 connector in the back of our computer as well, at the top. And Nick will show you where that goes. Turn the computer some more. As you see there, that is a PS2 connector, and that will plug right in to that port. So the first step in troubleshooting a mouse is to make sure that the cable is connected securely to the computer. Now the second step when we take a look at is the actual mouse itself. Now with an older one, the PS2 we're dealing with, this one has a roll ball inside of it. There's an actual ball inside. Now Nick is going to take that off with a simple twist and turn motion there. Twisting it, and then it pops out. Now we're going to check to make sure that ball is clean. If that ball is dirty, that can also interfere with the mouse not working. And inside the mouse are some more rollers that the ball rolls on. Also, those could be cleaned. You can also use a can of air or compressed air, or you can blow into it, that's fine too, to clean the mechanism, the roll ball mechanism inside the mouse. And then he'll lock it, and it's secured back in. And that's how you would troubleshoot the PS2. Now on the USB mouse, most of those have an LED light at the bottom there. Now if you can see that there, that light is actually shining. There you go, a little red light. Now one of the key things here, you want to make sure that your surface is something that's going to not reflect as much. Things to avoid would be a glass tabletop. In this case, this dark wood desk is going to be good. You want to try something that's going to be more of a uniform color, not multicolored surface. Okay, and now we're going to take a look at troubleshooting the keyboard. It's going to be very similar to troubleshooting the mouse. As you see here, Nick's keyboard is not responding. Again, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check the connection from the keyboard to the back of the computer. And Nick again is going to show you on the connection from the keyboard to the back of the computer. And as before, this is a USB connector. You unplugged it. plug it back in, and Windows recognized that was unplugged and plugged in with the tone. Now this is a USB connector. One of the other things he's going to look at is making sure that the light is on the keyboard. On the upper right hand corner, there's usually lights there. They'll indicate there's power getting to the keyboard. Those will illuminate. Now this is a USB keyboard. Like a mouse, there's also a PS2 keyboard. As you see here, Nick has a PS2 keyboard connector, and it plugs into the same spot it did before, the PS2. Now this computer is a little bit different. It has one port for both PS2s. Now some other computers have a separate PS2 port, one for the keyboard and one for the mouse. And those are generally color coded. So it's pretty simple to match up the colors of the keyboard connector to the keyboard port in the back of the computer. Now there is one more unique keyboard we're going to talk about, or we're going to touch on real quick. This is a DIN 5 connector. This is one of the first generation keyboard. This is a big bulky one. As you can see the difference there. Now our computer does not have a DIN 5 receptacle in the back. If your computer has that and you are having trouble with the keyboard, the best option is to upgrade to a USB or a PS2, possibly upgrade the computer as well to be able to use a PS2 or a USB. So that is troubleshooting keyboards. Okay, so our next step now is we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot our video display. Has this ever happened to you? Your video is not working right. What Nick here is going to do, he's going to demonstrate. And see the colors changing here. So you have flickering colors or even just no video at all. Or intermittent video display. So one of the first steps here, again like the mouse and keyboard, is to check the connection from the video screen, the monitor, in the back here, to the computer. And as you see here, Nick is pointing at the connector. It's that blue connector port. It's a VGA, and it plugs right into the monitor. Now, as you see there, came out, and he is going to plug it back in. And on the left and right side are screws, there we go, that you can hand tighten for a secure connection. Now that's from the monitor, and now he's going to follow that to the back of the computer. And as you see here, it's the same type of connector, the VGA connector, with the same secure points on the left and right side, and this time it is securely in. Also, one of the primary things to check on a monitor if you're having trouble is to make sure it is turned on. To check the connections from the monitor to your plug-in to make sure that it is a secure connection both into the wall outlet and to the back of your monitor. And those are the basic troubleshooting steps for video display.
And this concludes our video. We thank you for your time, and hopefully our troubleshooting tips will help you resolve your issues in the future.